be doing today, we'll be hearing what's going on, success stories, and we're going to learn from this and again, improve on this.
I have 10 additional good leads. That hook is about to be hooked in the fish's mouth.
Leads?
$135.
Cost per lead?
$28.25.
Amazing. Clients?
9.
Crazy. 2,438% ROI, which obviously is absurd. You're getting a 24 for every dollar you're putting in, you're getting $24 back.
Welcome to my legal academy, helping lawyers work smart, scale fast, and enjoy life.
Sam, I'm doing well. How are you?
Very good. Very good. Let's go down. First of all, what state?
California.
What's the current daily budget?
400.
Comes out to your 12K mark, right? Good. All right. 13 cost. Total leads. Good. Cost per lead, 24. Amazing. 44 clients for 50 claims, which we'll talk about. And a 295 CPA. Wonderful. All right. So the first one, Moises. Amazing.
I mean, it's going well. It just requires patience, the system. And I had a hard time at first, honestly, getting my English ad approved. And in fact, I had such a hard time getting it approved that I was like, you know what? Screw this, man. I got had again. This shit don't work. But then I just decided to plow forward with the Spanish ads. And I mean, the rest is history.
Great. What'd you do? Good. The mentality of just powering through, not giving up, literally keep trying from every angle. So give me a couple of what that means, what that meant for you. What was the effort that you had to put in? Did you resubmit it?
Yeah. So for the English ad, I had to go through 6 rejections and I had to, just tweak the language. A lot of what was discussed, eliminating hurt, eliminating injured, and just figuring out different ways to get the point across without saying certain buzzwords, right? So that was the first sort of struggle. After that, it was a series of good problems. Like, how the hell do I manage all these leads? That was a problem at first. Once the sort of faucet turned on, it was just lead after lead after lead. I was getting 15, 20 leads a day. And at that point, I didn't really have an infrastructure set up to deal with these leads. It was me and my intake dude. And I was taking part of the calls. He was taking part of the calls. And, I knew from the get-go that wasn't sustainable. And you warned us about that. But that was sort of all I had at the moment. Since then, I've implemented all the various tools, the automation with Zapier, lead management, intake management program. I've also opened an account with OpenPhone, which was game changing. And I've onboarded a VA who's been excellent, young guy from Colombia who's got a great work ethic and just sort of gets it. He gets the mentality and all that.
Amazing. So let's open up a couple of things that came from there. So first, what we will be doing today, we'll be hearing what's going on, success stories, the ones that are not working, and we're going to learn from this and again, improve on this. So one of the things we'll do today is we'll collect a list of keywords to avoid going forward. So you mentioned hurt and injured. Any others, Moises?
No, I think those were the key ones, hurt, injured. Yeah, I believe.
Yeah. Anybody?
And just sort of phrasing it in a way that you weren't saying you, have you been, in an accident? Did you do this? I try to eliminate the reference to you as much as possible. So and those three things seem to work.
So how'd you do that? How'd you switch the you to the third person?
I forget what word I used, but for example, injured in a collision, right? Instead of have you been injured? Injured in a collision ?
Literally taking out the word you.
Just took it out.
Okay, good. Intake management. What is it about that?
So one thing that I learned was that a lot of the big CRMs like CasePeer, they don't have a very robust system for dealing with leads. They claim to have it, but once you start trying to use it, it's not very robust. That was my experience with CasePeer. So CasePeer, I automated the lead so that it pushes straight into CasePeer. But once it's in CasePeer doesn't allow you to do anything with that lead. It doesn't allow you to comment on it, to note on it. The only thing it allows you to do is to convert it into a case, and then you can, start noting it and all that. But that's counterproductive because 95% of these leads you're going to end up deleting. So why convert a lead into a case only to have a 95% chance of deleting it? So I ended up just hiring a guy on Fiverr to build me basically what amounted to it's a custom CRM for leads, but it's essentially a Google Sheets with a fancy dashboard that sits on my server. It looks cool and it does what I need it to do.
Nice. Very good. OpenPhone. Amazing. Talk about a little bit about that. How's that going?
Open phone's great because it allows you to automate immediate text message to the prospective client, and it allows you to all be on the same page with your team. I can listen to what my guy from Colombia is saying on every call, what he's doing, the documents that he's received, and that allows me to have more control over the training and be more effective in the way that I train him. I could literally say, hey, look at the call that you made with Miss So-and-so at the 3rd minute. Instead of saying it this way, say it this other way. So it's very helpful. The team can also comment on the thread internally in a private manner, so that's also really helpful and cool.
Nice. And intaker, you said you have one from Colombia.
Yeah, I have one from Colombia. He's been great. The ad that I used for him was really a sales ad. It followed very closely the template that you provided for us. That was hard, man. Just sort of, and it's all stuff you talked about. So it wasn't new, but it was still hard implementing in terms of just relinquishing control and thinking that you're the only one that could tell these people the things that they need in terms of prospective clients. But really what made sense to me in terms of the things that you've said was that really the intaker is just qualifying a lead. He's not giving legal advice or doing things like that. It gave me the ability to turn that control over to the VA intaker. And, of course it helped that he kicks ass and he's good and he's bright. And, you can tell that when you speak to him.
Okay, very good. This is for you, Moises, a call to action. Go get 2 more intakers.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say earlier. My office manager had 2 interviews this morning for 2 additional intakers.
Perfect. Great. Stick to what worked for you. Colombia, I would just go back to Colombia.
Yeah.
Find something that works. When he's asking about what was the Fiverr, what would you put in Fiverr? Like, what kind of person was that?
I just put on Fiverr, but the search term was something like CRM lead management program.
And bada bing. What I would do with Fiverr, by the way, for everybody, I would do seller details. I would do a top rated seller. Whenever you're trying to find people,
you can do level 2 as well. Level 2 is super reliable. I've been using Fiverr since 2018, 2019. I use it mainly to get to find musicians on there. So when I started using it for this, it was actually kind of cool. I didn't realize I could find these people here too.
Amazing. I try to filter as much as I try to get very, very conservative. Just start off with that. And then if I tap out, then I go to level 2. Might as well go to the top and then go down. So plenty of people here, different prices, different range. From that, obviously, the second thing that matters is the number of reviews that they have. So down right there, 196 5.0 reviews is pretty high at this one. So these 2 would be right away, just like quickly. There's 2 people I would talk to. You can message them on Fiverr before you even do anything with them. You just click on contact seller and literally get a quote. Send them a message, hey, generating leads from this, and I want this to be done. What can you do? They come back to you and then give you an offer. From that, quickly, bam, anything you need to get set up. Even, again, I show you the back end, but if you get stuck at any point at implementing any of it, again, my mindset is, where can I go? Upwork, Fiverr, quickly, don't overthink it, just get this set up. Very good, let's go back to the notes. SOP for taking on the calls. How long is this SOP and how quickly did you put this together, and is it anything crazy?
I put it together fast using ChatGPT, and honestly, it's kind of one of those things where you put it together and it's a good exercise to get the VA running. But a week into it, we had strayed pretty far from the SOP. But it got us started. Done is better than perfect. We got it started, we got it going, and we tweaked it as we went.
Nice. There we go. If anybody wants it, the person that I'm generating to referring out to, this is their SOP. I got it, cleaned it up. Because when I use it, this is a good first start if you guys don't already have an SOP for taking on calls. And as Moises shared, even being more resourceful, use ChatGPT to say, create an SOP for intakers to sign up for accident clients. See what it comes up with.
I like to feed the prompt a little bit more information. So I'll sit in there and I'll say, hey, I'm a personal injury attorney. This is what I'm doing. This is what I want. This is, this is what I'm trying to set up. Here's my process, more or less. Take this and expand on it, or take this and give me an outline, and then I'll go through each section and start expanding each section.
Perfect. Or if you already have something, just say you take this,
right?
Literally take this and say, make this optimized, whatever, to get more signups on the phone, etc. There you go. Tapping out. This is a one-time kind of thing. 30 minutes of focused work. Being resourceful with ChatGPT, put it together. Now you have that. But yeah, by all means, everybody. Get this, use this, revise it for yourself. Great. So that's SOP. This one was brought up. Moises, you brought this up before. whether when it comes to your cost per acquisition, the question was, do you look at number of clients that you got or number of claims that you got? Because there could be one client that could give you multiple claims. For the sake of marketing and tracking, then you look at just the number of clients that you got, because then that's the variable, that's what you generated. It's kind of out of you got lucky that that one client, sent you multiple claims, but for the sake of just marketing, just number of clients. And yeah, this is like these extra 6 bonus round for you. But whenever you're doing your estimation and tracking, always conservative estimates. And then obviously the next level you could do is your ROI. What's your conservative estimate value per client that we could just multiply by 44 to find out this value?
We could say it's between 5 and 10K. So why don't we say 75?
Sounds good. Either 5K or 7,500 will be a good place. 7,500 times 44. So let's just say a 330 value. And then the ROI is just the value minus the cost divided by the cost times 100. So for us, 330 minus the cost of 13,000 is a really ridiculous ROI. Doesn't make sense. It's that much divided by the cost, 13,000 times 100 is a crazy 2,438% ROI, which obviously is absurd. You're getting a 24 for every dollar you're putting in, you're getting $24 back profit. So get really aggressive, hire 3, 4, 5 intakers and max it out until it doesn't make sense. Yeah, you could easily get to 30 clients a month with these numbers. And that should be your goal.
I think so. I don't think that'll be too hard. I mean, this intaker's taking in 2 to 3 a day now. He's caught his stride. This is only week 2, I think, or week 3 for him. So yeah, I'm curious to see where we will be at the next update.
Amazing, Moises. Amazing. Kill it, man. Amazing, killing it. All right.
Hey, hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you're a lawyer and you're looking to work smart, scale fast, and enjoy life, right below this video, you'll find a link to book a call to speak to my team so we can tell you how we've been able to help over 500 law firm owners scale their law firm. Now back to the video.
William, we got yours. Okay, 6K cost, 84 leads, cost per lead. 12 clients is great, especially your conversion rate is very good. Just a quick little conversion rate math. Expected is 5%, where we want to be.
Okay.
So you're at 14%, which is very good.
And those 3 retainers I'm going to get back, I'm pretty sure. I have 10 additional good leads of cases that I have, that hook is about to be hooked in the fish's mouth. So it's working.
And the ROI.
I'll take 900. And
900 all day. William, I want to challenge you to go find another lawyer in 2 more states and sign like a 40% referral agreement with them. You have the model that works?
Yeah, I got someone in Colorado, in Denver. 2 people maybe I can reach out to. Wisconsin, I got co-counsel currently in a death case in Wisconsin that I can reach out to too. So I'll approach those guys. Yeah.
Perfect. Great. Yeah, you have a lot more to spend. Yeah, bump this up by 20%.
20%. Okay. Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. 216. Just
216.
Yeah, 216 is the next level, and then another level will be. The next level will be 260. Then from that 280, and then but make a goal. See if you can make a goal. Ideally, like by end of March, I want to get to this much monthly budget. It amounts to this much daily budget. That way, kind of make it before, so you're kind of holds you accountable. What's the CRM they're using? How's obviously it's working.
So I just set up the lead sheet on Google, and that's what I'm working on. So the texts come in, and then they land on the Google sheet. Right now, it's still me. I'm meeting tomorrow with the group from the Philippines to do the VAs. I'm gonna get them set up, so there'll be at least 1 or 2 intakers. It's a team of 4 people. This is the spin that they're giving to me. At least 2 intakers, and then a couple of paralegals or Filipino lawyers, right? So they're hopefully a little more seasoned than a paralegal, to help with some of the briefing and stuff, because I'm still doing, obviously I'm still juggling everything right now. I'm doing my briefs and doing my depositions like earlier today and all that stuff. Get some of these people in to take some of that work off, and that's set up for tomorrow morning. So I'm going to sign it tomorrow and get them going. At least trial for a 30-day, just get them in and get these people on board. What I found, Sam, is you're right. There was a couple of days where I wasn't as on top of the leads coming in, like with the try to text within 5 minutes, try to call within 5 minutes type of thing. Just family stuff took you away, yada, yada, right? We all have that. And I saw it go down. and I saw the conversion rate go down. And so, try to get them, especially it's the late night people, because that's what you're doing. You're you got in a car crash, your back fucking hurts, you can't sleep, so you're sitting on your phone at 2 a.m, and this ad comes up, boom, they're hitting the button, and that's when they're reaching out. It makes total sense to me that's when these leads are coming in, and especially on weekends. So I'll get a ton on Friday, Saturday, Friday night, Friday or Saturday morning, like really early, and then Saturday night again, Sunday morning. And if you reach out to them on weekends, people love that. I found like that it's like, holy shit, there's a law firm that's calling me on the weekend. Like they appreciate it. And it's a good sign. Those VAs, if they could, and in the Philippines, it's complimentary, right? So that's hopefully that's their daytime. So it should work.
Great. Since you're doing the interviews for the intakers, make sure that the experience really matters. So the more the experience, the better. If they don't have enough experience, then I'll ask for 2 more interviews. You're not limited to Philippines for intakers. There's a sign the better intakers are coming from the Spanish-speaking kind of countries. So be open to that. Ask them about their bilingual speakers. They might be a little bit hungrier and better at sales. And then about the hours, my own analysis, they come in 2 chunks, either like 8 to 10 a.m. or around 4 or 5 p.m. I guess it makes sense.
Yep.
They're on their phone in the morning before they go to work,
Yep.
or in the first hour of work, and then after work. As you said, being cognizant of when the things come in, then putting the VAs, the intakers, exactly on those hours. Even if they have to split it, there maybe it's not typical, but you can definitely do it at your discretion. I want people that work between 8 to 11. Then also give me I want you to work after 5 p.m. Good, very good. Crank it up, and with those other states is where you want to be at this stage.
I signed up with Discover My Business for the Google ad placement, and I got my intake tomorrow for that. So we get some Google ads going on that as well.
Okay, great.
They're also going to help with that. My niche business is that FELA work, Sam, that railroad work that I told you about. And so they're going to help with that as well, nationally, because I can go national with that. It's called FELA, the Federal Employers Liability Act cases. That's sort of my ads are like $10 million verdict for these railroad cases. So that's what I got last year. And so I can blast that on full blast nationally. I can go on that as well. Yeah.
Totally. Take what has worked for that, do it for that, with maybe potentially testing out some interests for trains or special positions.
Yeah.
When you do get into this, Colorado, Denver, Wisconsin, other states, just duplicate the ad sets. Don't change what's already working. It's already working. You let that run, and then there's just duplication, and start off with $100 a day and see how that goes. Yeah,
I had 4, and 2 were just pauses. Didn't do anything, and 2 are working great. Yeah.
And you paused all those ones that are not working, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
And then I've set up open phone, but there's been a ton of porting issues between my Lex reception and open phone, and so I have 2 lines, my office line and my 800 number, and the office line is finally going to get kicked in tomorrow after weeks of problems, and then the 800 number is still caught in this quagmire between them. So anybody trying it, just keep at it, keep patience. It will work, but it is a headache to try to.
You have to use that phone number. You can just get a new phone number.
So my 800 number I need to use because it's on for the railroad stuff, especially. We have flooded the market from coast to coast with that number. Actually, I never thought of, Sam, that's the kind of, I guess, the self-limiting belief. I never thought of giving it up, but it's just been around for decades, literally, that number. Yeah.
Why 100 number?
So we've had that 800 number for forever.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I mean, literally, I'm talking goes back to the 90s, and it's on, tons of little tchotchke shit we hand out at meetings and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Okay. Interesting.
I know it's dumb, but like we would hand out these magnets, okay, and the railroad, literally, I guarantee for the niche of railroad workers, there's a magnet. I probably have one every 2 houses. Yeah. So.
Wow. And those magnets are still paying off.
Yeah, still. I mean, that's how.
Amazing.
Yeah. Because they're, it's old school. It's like railroad guys, So that's.
Oh yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Yeah, if that was the case, I would create a separate. Obviously, it's very profitable. I would just create a CMO, put them in charge of more of these magnet ideas.
Okay. Yeah.
Why not?
It is.
Your entire job is to come with more magnet ideas.
Exactly. It's funny. I know it's funny. It's old school, but it does work. Yeah.
Well, whatever works.
And I transitioned everything over to Google Suite, and that's all done, which is great. I've been working that for the last 2 weeks. It's awesome. I love it. Yeah.
And everything is searchable. All your documents
Yeah.
now searchable right
I
here.
love it. Yeah, it's perfect. And emails are all searchable just from the touch of the button. And then you can, and saving it to the files is perfect. I thought that was kind of my self-limiting belief. I'm like, oh, I have my system, with I had Box, like a file directory system and stuff. I'm like, how do I change it? But it's all bullshit. Just do it and it works, and it's so much better. Seamless. Yeah.
Amazing. Numbers.
Spent $3,841. 135 leads.
What state?
New York.
Nice. How many with daily budget?
$100 a day.
What's the cost?
3,841.91.
Okay. Leads.
135.
Cost per lead.
$28.25.
Amazing. Clients.
9.
Cost acquisition.
I didn't do that.
No problem. 3,800 divided by 9. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so today 120. Monday 144. Wednesday 172.
I only have 2 ads running. The original 2 ads.
The cost per lead is amazing. Just leave it alone.
Ironically, because in New York, we have a threshold law. I'm sure the other states have it also. So if you don't get treatment within, the first 90 days, 180, whatever, you kind of get bounced out. But so I wasn't loving the 2-year wrap, but 3 of my 9 leads, so 1/3 of my leads have come from clients who have cases that are about 2 years old and have called me and said, hey, I haven't had a deposition yet. My attorney's not doing anything. And I subbed them.
Good. And again, being strategic, now you just found an angle. So that could be potentially an experiment, again, putting it out there. Yep. If you've had a car accident in the last 2 years and no one's, I don't know, but different angles, no one, pretty much what you explained.
Yep.
And the ad,
not seeing results, your case isn't moving, give us a call.
Exactly, yeah. And just says straight up that.
So a quick question. I've been using, also, I have an 800 number.
Local, always.
Always local, or?
For the sake of these days, 2023, people are more likely to pick up on calls when it's coming from a local number. 1-800 number has an association that you will need something from me. So
yes,
you're starting off with the wrong foot. Just make sure to, obviously, you're texting before you call.
Right. Yeah, but that's worked really well, where I do Sam ? And then I have the pre-typed text in where it says, hey, it's Paul Campson, the attorney. That whole thing. So that's actually worked out very well.
Nice. I've been studying a little bit more SMS recently. I'll give you my latest notes. I mean, one of the main things is to ask a yes or no questions always get the most responses. So yes or no questions, simple. Binary questions, binary. Don't ask for details. It's always binary, yes or no. Another thing is the co-founder of Go High Level, which is one of the most popular CRMs, was on, and he said the best text that gets the most responses is, do you want to book an appointment? Straight up that. So have something in mind. If you already got text and stuff that's working, great, do that.
Right.
But if not, that's a good, interesting one. And then also the guys from Vertical 360 who are marketers or lawyers, they just started sharing this resource, but apparently it's proven.
And just as an aside, Sam, I think I might have sent it to you. I saw a YouTube thing talking about these kind of funnels. Not your program, but I'm sure it's the same exact thing. This guy's running Facebook ads. And the tag was, I signed up 805 clients in 1 year. So I'm like, okay, that's pretty good. But he took Facebook ads, he took in 11,000 calls. So if you do the math, it's about 7.3%. So it's still good for sure, but that's a lot of calls, a lot of leads. So, but again, if you said if you're at 5%, you're doing good. So
what do you think is my lemon law conversion rate?
You get 13,000 leads per month, and you sign up 680, right? Something like that.
For me, yeah.
So it's close to that, right? Yeah.
Something, I don't know what it is for I don't know which one was this one based on. It's 4%. So this one is like about 5%. Right now we're like 4. I think when we go back, like there's a sales cycle, right? Like in your first 30 days, 60 days, there's a conversion rate. But if you have like intakers that also go back, obviously to the leads from previous months, then it goes up. But yeah, we basically essentially around to 45%.
That was from your October YouTube, Sam. That's what I just rewatched that.
Yeah,
to refresh my I just rewatched it. That was the numbers from October.
Yeah. And that's, again, that one's high value, scaled it up, 30 intakers, and that's why automations and all that stuff is important. And obviously important for you to not be the one doing this, because you cannot be the one doing this. Obviously, it's crazy. So yeah, that's what it is. But that's what it is. It's just the name of the game. That's really good, Paul. You just have to spend more.
Okay.
Spend more. You have probably a good room to grow just in New York, but potentially you might want to also explore the other states at this point too.
Sure.
Yeah. So, your goal is at least like 15 clients a month. Goal.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where you want to be.